What's up, everybody? Sebastian, aka Ivan Seb, is back for the review of one of my most anticipated figure, guys. The 1/4 scale Robocop figure by Enterbay. And I have to say I am highly disappointed, but not by the figure, not by the figure. I have 5 1/4 scale Enterbay figures so far, and I've had problems on all of them. QC issues, sometimes minor issues, sometimes really big issues, but there was always something. And when Enterbay announced that their Robocop figure will have electronic features, I was like, if they can't even make a regular, normal plastic figure right without any QC issues, now they're making a Robocop with tons of electronic features. I don't know, guys. It's probably gonna be a piece of shit. And I was really looking forward to this review because I thought that now I would finally have my opportunity to tear Enterbay apart, you know, and talk shit about them. Well, what do you know, for the first time ever, Enterbay just shut my mouth. This figure is almost perfect, and I insist, almost. It's not perfect. And the one thing I really don't like about this figure is the price. It is really too much for what it is, and the reason is they released it under the Robocop 3 license, which means that there's tons of accessories that come with this figure that were in Robocop 3 but not in the first movie or in the second movie, and that was really unnecessary, because if the first movie is a classic and a masterpiece, I think everybody will agree with me when I say that Robocop 3 is one of the biggest pieces of shit in the history of movies. Hell, it's even worse than Batman and Robin. So I don't know, nobody's gonna display their Robocop figure with accessories from Robocop 3. I'm just gonna show you the box very quickly. This is one thing I love with Enterbay. The figures are really well protected. It's all in foam inside, several layers of foam, and then the jetpack. The jetpack comes in this box with foam in there as well. So that's just the box. Let's not lose too much time. It's almost 3 minutes. Now here's the figure and all the accessories, which I'm going to show you right now. So thank God at least the plaque doesn't say Robocop 3, it says Robocop. Thank God. And then of course here we have this OCP logo. What I don't like about Enterbay stands is that it's inevitable. You always leave fingerprints, and it's a bitch to wipe them off. The other thing I don't like about this stand and Enterbay stands in general is that this thing here is always on the side instead of being in the middle and holding the figure around its waist. This here is right against the paint, and I just don't want it to leave marks, you know, scratches in the future. They could have at least added a tiny thin layer of foam in there, but they didn't, and this makes me quite nervous. But other than that, it's still nice, like I said, to look at. So this is a head sculpt of actor Robert Burke, since it's again a Robocop 3 figure, and it's not Peter Weller like in the first one. But when you see it like that, with that makeup and shit, you know, and all these wires and whatnot, they pretty much look not the same, but very close, you know. So unless you're a Robocop aficionado, you're not gonna be able to tell this is not Peter Weller. Here we have 2 mouthpieces. Again, Robert Burke likeness, but thank God Enterbay gave us at least the Peter Weller mouthpiece. So we have the Peter Weller mouthpiece and the Robert Burke mouthpiece here. Now this figure, guys, is absolutely amazing. There's an articulation here in the toes. The pistons here work when you articulate his ankle. Everything here is carved into the armor. There's nothing painted. There's no stickers, nothing. Everything is sculpted. The articulation, for example, here, or in the hands, or here is ass, everything is made of rubber, and the rest is hard plastic. Nenity was saying that the plastic feels cheap. I don't know, it feels okay to me. Here, OCP Police 001. One thing I just want to say, although I cannot, this cannot be considered as a quality control issue, that's just the way the figure was made. But when you change the pose, be careful not to lose these little parts right here, see? And on each leg here, and also the pistons on the back are made of a really soft plastic, and I think they pop out as well. I don't know, I don't want to force it, but they are really fragile, so be careful. This thing is absolutely beautiful. This is the ultimate collectible for any Robocop fan. The hands and the forearms here are made of a soft rubber. It's true, you gotta be careful, because on the open hands, those relaxed hands, the fingers are quite see, okay, and even the forearms, they pop up pretty easily. But other than that, I'll put this back on the arm in just a little bit. But other than that, the figure is perfect. Everything is so accurate. This is the only part of the abdomen of the chest that's hard plastic. It's not rubber. The rest here is rubber. This is rubber. This is rubber here. But it's so accurate. I mean, even down to the little details in there. These little pieces here, you see the proportions of the figure. Everything is dead on. I am so happy with this. OCP again, Police 111 with the Peter Weller mouthpiece. Let me show you the back just a second. The paint application is stellar. There's not a single scratch on it. There's not a single bubble in the paint. I mean, it's just perfect, guys. I could sit here, sorry, and watch this thing for hours. This is just Peter Weller all the way. Even though it's just his mouth, but you can clearly tell it's Peter Weller. I'm never gonna display this with the Robert Burke mouthpieces. But yeah, this is just beautiful. So now, I'm gonna tell you about a few things that are cool but could have been better. I'll show you in a minute. Let me just put the arm back on there. So electronic features now. I'm just gonna show you. Here is the remote, the OCP remote. There's an on and off switch on the back, and there's a button in the back. I like the fact that it's not a switch, it's a button, and it's right here. And I'm gonna try to do it with one hand. Okay, so the holster, I'll just show you. Just press that button here and the gun shows up, and it's beautiful. But there's a but. Here's his gun. Let's see, look, I'm just gonna close it again. It's really nice, but again, if you're a die-hard Robocop fan, you will notice that this is not screen accurate. In the movie, this thing doesn't open like a door. This panel actually, it pops out and then it slides backwards, and then this thing here slides forward.
What are they gonna do, replace us?
Okay, so it's not that accurate, but again, that's only if you're a die-hard Robocop fan. If you're just a casual observer, you know, if one of your friends comes to your house one day, you want to impress him, you know, it'll impress him. That's pretty badass. See? Okay, here it is. And let's close it again. That's it. The gun, of course, you can cock it and the magazine comes out. This is kind of difficult shooting this review with one hand, and you can see the bullet in there. So that's pretty badass. Although other Enterbay guns are metal, this is, I don't know, this is plastic. But yeah, it still looks pretty nice. Very accurate. Okay, I'm just gonna make you listen to his voice now, and thank God, even though it's a Robocop 3 figure with the Robert Burke sculpt, Enterbay gave us Peter Weller's voice, but I'm still disappointed because he just speaks 3 different lines. And I would say that out of the 3 lines, only one is really iconic, and it's that one.
Dead or alive, you are coming with me.
Dead or alive, you're coming with me. That's pretty iconic. Although the 2 other ones are from that factory scene at the end of the first movie.
You are under arrest.
That's what he tells Clarence Boddicker. You are under arrest. You have the right to remain...
You have the right to remain silent.
Silent, and then doesn't even come with the rest of that line. Then he says you have the right to an attorney, and whatever you say can be used against you. It could have come with so many more iconic lines from the movie. For example, we have...
Serve the public trust, protect the innocent, uphold the law.
This is probably my favorite line from the entire movie, when he says,
Thank you for your cooperation. Good night.
I fucking love this. Why doesn't this figure say these lines? And of course we have your move, creep. Drop the gun, you're under arrest. Let the woman go, you are under arrest. So, oh, and also that in the factory scene when he says,
Come quietly or there will be trouble.
okay, fucking epic lines, and all we get is this.
Dead or alive, you are coming with me. You are under arrest. You have the right to remain silent.
Ah, man. So this is a nice feature. I love that you have to keep pushing that button, and as long as your finger is on it, he will keep moving his head. If you just press 1 second, all it does is, see? But that's again the only sound effect we get, and there's a sound effect in the movie that I love, is that, I don't know, this humming sound effect, you know, when he appears. Listen, I don't know, the sound is kind of low, but when he, this is his first appearance in the movie, listen to this sound. Why doesn't it do this?
I take my orders from...
Also the footsteps. Why didn't Enterbay put his footsteps in there? Also, why didn't Enterbay give us his famous gun sound effect? This. I wanted this. But whatever, what we get
Dead or
is
alive,
this
you are coming with me.
and this. But yeah, which means that you cannot turn his head left to right manually, because you can break the motor inside, but you can still move it up and down. And I have the exclusive, which means that I got the helmet, but since it's not sold with the figure, it's just an exclusive. It comes in a separate box. But this is from Robocop 2, when he fights with Kane. That's really nice. I love this helmet. I mean, look at this, guys. This is so well done. It comes with this battle damage chest armor, which is from Robocop 3, but this doesn't bother me that much because the battle damage chest in Robocop 2 looks pretty much the same. You have a big ass hole and bullet impacts and whatnot, so it's okay. Pete Leaney in his review said that the paint isn't that impressive. I think it's beautiful. Really. I have absolutely no complaints. The Robocop 2 battle damage helmet with a different mouthpiece. I mean, this figure is just stellar, guys. It's crazy. Anyway, that's pretty much it for the battle damage parts. All you get is the helmet and the chest piece. But it does look nice though. Wow, freaking incredible. I love the bluish paint here. Really nice. So, Alex Murphy, played by Robert Burke. Like I told you earlier, take a look at the skin texture, the veins here. I mean, this is just incredible. Just when you think you can't see anything better in this hobby, Hot Toys or Enterbay prove you wrong. Let me also show you the back. Every detail is there. I'll show you the top as well. Again, even the bullet hole. This is probably the last time I'll put this head sculpt on my figure, but I just wanted to show you. Looks incredible. Okay, so more accessories. This is the hand he uses to kill Clarence Boddicker at the end of the first movie. The spike that he also uses to, well, he uses it as a key to upload data on computers. And it looks nice like that, but if you take a closer look, you will see that the paint apps on this hand is quite sloppy. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if the camera catches it. Then we have this very nice machine gun from Robocop 3. Again, piece of shit movie, but nice accessory. It's pretty cool. I think there's a flamethrower too. I can't really remember. And there's a rocket in there. I don't know if you can see it, but you cannot take it out. I don't think so. But you can take off this magazine, this clip here. Looks pretty nice. And last and least, the stupid ass jetpack. Let's see what it looks like on the figure. So here it is, the most unnecessary accessory of this figure, and probably the reason why it is so expensive. You know, I mean, this thing is big and it's really detailed. It is nice. I mean, don't get me wrong, it is nice, although the cables here, the wires are sculpted. They could have been real wires, because those here, those are real wires. Those are really nicely done metal wires. So the paint apps and everything is nice, you know. It does look very accurate. See, even the inside part here, under the shoulders, that you won't even see this once it's installed on the figure. See, these part here articulate. It is very detailed, but seriously, again, who's going to display this? Robocop jetpack is an air vehicle. Well, you can pause it if you want to read it. So let's see how this looks on the figure. Now, when I said it's nice, don't get me wrong, I meant it's nicely painted, it's detailed, it's accurate, but it does make the figure look really stupid, don't you guys think? I mean, this just keeps reminding me of this horrible movie. I wish it was never made. It's, I don't know, guys. I mean, this is so unnecessary. I don't even know if I installed it well. Well, this is it, guys. I found my final pose. This is how he appears on the cover of the Blu-ray, the new one, 4K edition. And Freaking love it, guys. This is Peter Waller all the way. Just by its mouth you can tell it's him. This is one of my most beautiful pieces. And so far it still works. Although it does feel pretty fragile, so I'm not gonna, you know, change the armor parts that often or change the paws very often. I just hope that the rubber parts will last, you know, through the years, that they're not gonna rot or melt. This is rubber as well. The neck part here, and actually the entire chest under the plastic piece here, everything is covered in rubber. Well, you can even see my reflection in the paint. So realistic. I mean, I just can't wait till Hot Toys releases their Robocop with die-cast metal parts. Anyways, thanks for watching. Sorry if it was a little too long, but there was a lot of things to show, and this figure really deserves a long video. It's beautiful. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned for another video, and
You are under arrest.
and peace and love, guys. Bye.